Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And, alright. So today I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on Pokemon Horizon. I have gotten far enough into the series now to really kind of give an actual opinion on it. I am into Season 3. I haven't finished all of Season 3 that has been uploaded yet. I'm at the halfway point of the new batch of episodes that just recently, I guess, came out a month ago. But I'm finally at a significant part of the series in Horizon where I'm like kind of close to where most people are at now, since I'm halfway done with the first part of Season 3 that is out right now. I've finally gotten caught up to that point. It's taken me a long time to get there, though. So I want to give my points on this here. There's a lot of problems with this series. I just gotta get in. There's a lot of problems with the series. It's not better than the original. Okay, just gonna put that out here. I don't give a damn what anyone says. I've pointed this out. So, have you been in my Discord server? I have commented briefly on some of the episodes, summarizing some of the episodes I've watched. When I've commented on episodes, I do this all the time with the episodes that I watch a lot, and the things that really stand out to me with this series is, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, there are some positive things with this series. I'm not trying to completely knock it. Because there were some interesting things they put in this series that I thought were good. But when you have a series, which they confirmed was happening the same time Ash's journeys were going on. Like, there were rumors before this series came out of when this series takes place or when it doesn't take place, if it's far in the future, past, whatever. They revealed it's happening the exact same time Ash Ketchum is doing his thing right now. So because of that, that means this series is going on the same time Ash is doing his thing. So Ash is still 10 years old, as we all know, because they never wanted to age up Ash, right? So Liko, Dot, and Roy are all having this adventure at the same time Ash is becoming the champion. Okay. And yet we see so many problems with this series. Okay. With things that are going on that are just abnormal. Okay. You know, them riding the Great Olivine, you know, which, I'm just going to say this right. I question the Pokemon universe economy at this point. I know you're not supposed to think so much into this, but being an adult now, I think so much of this now. And we're not supposed to think of this shit. But I'm just like, how the goddamn fuck did they afford this thing? Because they were like, there was an episode where they showed like when they had that episode when Orla revealed that, you know, how they created this whole ship thing that can go in the sky and in the water and stuff like that. I was thinking to myself, how do they pay for this all? She's getting all these parts and she's definitely the world's greatest mechanic. That's for damn sure, because holy shit. Like, but no, like that's just, I'm just nitpicking about that. Like, you know, I get it. It's a kid's show. It's not supposed to be thought of. It's just something that I was thinking of now that I'm an adult watching this. If I was a kid, obviously I wouldn't be thinking of this stuff, but you know, but anyways, So some of the problems, the issues I have with the series is that some of the things that they do just kind of contradict some of the things that they did when, Ash was on his journey. Um and I just I look at this and I look at some of the things that these characters are able to do with being like very, very inexperienced, um, and somehow they're already like contenders. Another thing I don't like about the format, and I know this is just, oh well, this is how they progress the series and stuff like that, is the fact that I believe it was Dot and did Roy lose? No, I think Roy won. Roy won and Dot lost their gym qualifying match or whatever. Liko lost her match. However, the gym leader wasn't lenient on her, which I was like, yes, that's what you got to do. You got to win. If you don't win, then you're out. That was my whole mindset. So when Dot like lost and they were like, oh well, we saw progression from you, so we're gonna give you the badge anyways. I'm like, no, dude, that's not how that works. That gym leader was my favorite gym leader in this series so far because he was the only one who said, "Nope, you lose, you're out." I like that. That was like I'm old school like that, man. Like I'm like, you don't win, you don't. This is not a charity. This is not a charity. If you don't win, you don't get the badge. Simple. It's simple. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like enough with the giving stuff here, okay? Enough with the giving stuff here. Why are we just giving badges to anybody? And also the badge format too. I don't like the badge format. The whole point of getting a badge is to qualify for the Pokemon League. Um, so my perspective, my take on this is I don't like this is like, oh, this is just a training thing just so we can learn how to do or to be eligible to do Terra. To sub because technically they have a rule now that you're not allowed to summon have your Pokemon do the Terra unless you graduate a class or whatever, and they have to go to school now for this. you know I don't I don't understand like this whole, oh, we have to enroll into a school to do things for Pokemon, like, or become a Pokemon trainer or something like that. I'm like, Ash Ketchum never had to go to school to be a trainer. Like, and that's the thing too. I wouldn't harp more on this if Liko wasn't going to a Kanto school, because we never heard of a Kanto school in Pokemon. Obviously that's the region Ash is from. So, and I know they're just not talking about Ash because, like, if Ash ever does come back, they wanted to make it a big reveal if he ever does come back. But the fact that they're in Kanto, the fact that Liko was in Kanto, and not one of these trainers ever mentioned Ash Ketchum is completely unrealistic. Because obviously Ash Ketchum is somebody who has to be known in that region, especially since now he's the champion. Okay, right? He's someone that has to be goddamn known. I mean, Liko even had like a bracelet thing until recently, season 3, on her hair, that was basically the same symbol that Ash had on his hat. Okay, right? So obviously Liko has to know who Ash is. Okay? But yet now one of these people knows who Ash is? Like, it's completely unrealistic. Okay? I don't know, man. Like, I just it makes me and also the year time skip that we just got to season 3 or whatever. I'm like, we went 25 years without a time skip. We ignored time logic in Pokemon for 25 years, 25 plus years. Now we're doing time skips? We're doing time skips now? They even showed Roy like a little taller now because a year has passed or whatever since the events of season 2. I'm like, what is this? So does that mean when Ash returns, if he's ever allowed to return, does that mean Ash is now going to be 11 finally after 25 years of not being allowed to be 11, even though we know he technically should have been already 11, but they, Black and White came on and they said he was still 10 years old somehow, even though 9 months had passed when the first Pokemon League was about to start or whatever in the first season. You know what I mean there? Like, also, another thing. I just gotta bring this up. As much as I like Pikachu's my favorite Pokemon, obviously. But Cap does not hold a candle to Ash's Pikachu. Just gonna say that right now. The only thing Cap's got is the flying technique, okay? Which they robbed Ash's Pikachu of, because if Ash had been around for this Regent as the main character still, best assured Ash's Pikachu would have learned how to fly. Okay? So that's the only thing they did. They robbed Ash's Pikachu of learning how to fly. God damn it all. Yeah, Cap's Pikachu. Oh, and let's not forget that the professor died, or at least is implied dead, which I guess it's a good thing Kids WE isn't dubbing this anymore, or 4Kids isn't dubbing this anymore, because God knows how they would have fucking handled that scene. But yeah, yeah, man, I don't know. I just don't know, man. Like, and the fact that they actually got villains to be perceived as good guys, at least for season 3 right now, I just think that's crazy in itself. I was like shocked by that. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, they really are going all off with the villains. And I guess that's one positive thing they've made, is that they've actually made more serious villains in this series. The Explorers are definitely more serious villains compared to the comedic Team Rocket. Not that Team Rocket had always been comedic, because there were obviously some instance where Team Rocket had gotten serious, but for the most part, Team Rocket was seen as a comedic. They were seen as comedic villains. And while I don't hate that, as a matter of fact, I actually like that they have more serious villains. A little bit of me prefers the Team Rocket villains, because I guess it's just because I've been so used to that for so long, being Pokemon, that it just kind of is weird and strange to me that we don't have that now. I don't know, it's weird, because I was like saying, man, I like these villains, but at the same time, I can't feel it with Pokemon, because I've been just so used to them having Team Rocket there for so long. Like, and it just, like, especially since they've gone to, like, Kanto in this series, and the fact that Team Rocket's just not in this either is just so weird thinking about it. That Team Rocket would not know who these explorers are. Giovanni definitely would know who these guys are. Because obviously they're like the top organization in Kanto for villains. So that's another thing. That's where I just don't get it. Another positive thing that they've had. I do like the Molly character. Because Molly feels like it kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of changes up the Nurse Joys, because in Pokemon it's always been everybody is a Nurse Joy. Everyone looks like Nurse Joy. Everyone looks like Officer Jenny. Like they're all related to each other. They're somehow all identical twins, but they're somehow related as distant cousins or whatever, or family members. And it was incredibly unrealistic, but that was just accepted as Pokemon lore at that point. But Molly kind of introduced, and especially her backstory. And then in this recent season 3, when she joined up with her, her family's Pokemon Center, we see that they're like all in shifts or whatever, which again, that does kind of put more development in the Nurse Joys, because most Nurse Joys in Pokemon, not all of them, there were actually some Nurse Joys that did have some character development, but most of these Nurse Joys in Pokemon are just standing behind the counter and healing up the Pokemon, and that's it. So I did like that there's like, oh yeah, there's shifts for all these Nurse Joys. They're not just always there every goddamn day until they die. That like there's a thing. One of the things that I think they made a mistake on was making the Nurse Joys all look like the Nurse Joys and not trying to make them look a little different, some of them. Because it just made Molly stand out like a sore thumb, because Molly actually looks different. She still has the pink hair, but she looks completely different from the stereotype Nurse Joy look. So I did like this. It kind of humanizes Nurse Joy into just not being some goddamn robot Nurse Joy plat right down there to heal up the Pokemon. Which I did like that. I liked how they humanized Nurse Joy here when they did that. I'm surprised. Did we see Officer Jenny yet? We have not seen an Officer Jenny yet, which actually surprises me, because Officer Jenny is a staple as well too. That's something I think they need to, because obviously, because Nurse Joy is still around, Officer Jenny's still around, those are standard. So obviously, I would think that we're going to get an Officer Jenny appearance at some point. I would like to see that. And they've kind of humanized Officer Jenny a little bit, even in the original Pokemon series, because, there were times they showed different ones. It wasn't always just the same Officer Jenny look at times. So they did humanize Officer Jenny before a little bit more than Nurse Joy. So this series really kind of made it a little better for Nurse Joy. But yeah, I mean, and also, not that I don't mind them introducing another character so late into the series, but this new rival that Roy has now in season 3, which again, I'm only at the start of season 3, but this new rivalry that they introduced with Alt, I don't understand it. It just seems kind of random. Like, why do you introduce like a new character so late into this? You know what I'm saying? Like, because you already have 3 people. You have Liko, Roy, and Dot. Now, obviously, Dot is this YouTuber person. that likes to hide behind the computer and crap like that. But you know, she grew. As a matter of fact, Dot is probably the character that grew the most out of the three, because like, you know, in the beginning she was like just hiding behind her room in the computer or whatever, you know, trying to hide her true self through, you know, being Neoran or whatever. Um, you know, being a YouTuber. Um, but she she probably has the most development out of everybody in this, because she grew and she started to be, you know, more independent and more confident in herself, which she never was outside of, you know, being in her YouTube costume, you know, being in her gimmick, you know. Um but yet now they're having her take a back seat and just be the computer geek again, you know. Um Which I'm not saying that she can't do that, but she could still do that from walking around as well too. I mean, her Pokédex is literally a phone now, right? I mean, the Pokédex is a phone since like what, Gen 5? Um so I mean, like I just don't get it, man. Like some of the things, just very very questionable things that are going on with the series. I still watch till the end, but I mean, like, I don't know. I think we might have to change course. Might have to bring Ash back to the next gen, man. Hashtag bring Ash back. Bring Ash back, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't working. This ain't working, guys. Though I will say, if you bring Ash back, if they do bring Ash back for the next gen, which I highly doubt, but we're just kind of being fans over this. But if we are bringing Ash back for the next gen, they have to bring back this character development with it. Time skips and shit like that, because that was what was missing in the original series. Now all of a sudden we got time skips. It's like the writers actually now want to actually be clean now, where with Ash they wanted to be restrictive about how the journey works. You know, they were like putting Ash in a bubble and he couldn't like grow to a ceiling. You know what I'm saying? But now with these characters, oh yeah, now we're gonna do it. Ash does return. He better fucking return at 11 or 12 now, because they got a year time skip now in this shit. So it's like Ash needs to be a year older now. Okay, at least. He actually should be older than that, but you know how Pokemon is. But yeah, I mean, I just think, I don't know, man. I just hope we see more. And again, I really hope we do see some of the legacy characters at some point at the end of this series. Since we are in the third part of this series, and that's typically the end. Because they usually do 3 seasons before they go to the next region, right? That's usually what they do. Obviously, Paldea is their main focus, but they have traveled to the other regions at times. Also, why hasn't Liko got a Mega Evolution, too? Like, they got to give her a Mega Evolution, because Royce got one now, too. So they got to get, like, they got to get her a Mega Evolution now, you know? She's a step behind because she didn't want to, like, she didn't want to continue training like Roy did. Which, oh, by the way, speaking of that, how come Dot and Roy's, you know, starter Pokemons didn't evolve? We missed out on we missed out on Roy catching a shiny Lucario during the time skip, which again, that's ridiculous that they didn't show us that. You know, him catching a shiny. But also, another thing that was a misstep with Roy is, how the hell did his Pokemon not evolve to its final form? I mean, like, come on. Like, he was training the most out of all 3 of them. And yet his Pokemon somehow doesn't evolve. during that time skip, that's something that, again, that's just unrealistic. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this. The series is okay. It has introduced some good things, some not so much, some things questionable. But yeah, I still prefer the original, obviously. Ash Ketchum for life, man. He's still the best. He's still the best. He's the Pokemon master. The undisputed king of Pokemon trainers. Hopefully he saves the series by returning and making this series better with a better ending. You know, Ash comes to save the day from the evil explorers, ladies and gentlemen. That would be the real ideal way to end this series. Not to mention, we don't even know what happened after Horizon, because again, after the third season, they go to the next region. So are they going to continue with these guys and gals as like the main characters, or are they going to go to someone else for the next regent? Or do they bring back my boy Ash Ketchum? You know what I'm saying? You can get another new character, or you can bring these people back. Or you can bring back the Moneymaker. You can bring back Ash Ketchum, the real king, ladies and gentlemen, of Pokemon. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate. If you like this video, my videos, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell for the latest content. Thank you. And that's about it, guys. I am the Ultimate Goku. Gotta catch them all. I'm out of here. Peace. Also, make sure to follow me on the YouTube, or subscribe on the YouTube. But also follow me on the Twitch, the Instagram, and I do have a Discord link in the description where I discuss various topics, including this one here. Now I'm out. Peace.